Hello and welcome to the 2016 Chicago Auto Show. This is actually a motor show that happens in reverse. So on the press days like today, you can wander these halls with total freedom. But when the public arrives in a few days' time, it's going to be complete pandemonium. This is actually the world's biggest auto show in terms of footfall, with over 1 million paying customers arriving. So what are they all here to see? That's what we're going to show you. And then also some of the stranger things that you'll find here at this lesser known American auto show.
The first press conference of the day was also the biggest news-wise, with Kia unveiling 2 new hybrids and outlining its plans to boost fuel economy across its range by 25% in 2020. It kicked off with a plug-in version of the Optima hybrid, which uses a 2-litre petrol engine and an electric motor to give a combined 199 brake horsepower, 27-mile electric-only range, and the same slippery drag coefficient as a Tesla Model S. It'll go on sale in the UK this autumn. The next surprise was the production version of the Nero, a Prius-rivaling hybrid but with the high-riding stance of a crossover. We'll get to drive it this summer, but with a 7-speed dual-clutch gearbox and 144 brake horsepower, it should be more fun than most hybrids with their whining CVTs. It looks smart inside too, with a simple, classy cabin borrowed from the all-new Sportage. The tall roof means it's pretty spacious inside, and prices should start around the £20,000 mark when it arrives in our showrooms, making it excellent value too. Nissan had decorated its stand with some crazy-looking all-terrain versions of its crossovers, but its latest model, the new Armada, was every bit as extreme. An 8-seat luxury SUV with serious off-road durability, think of the Armada as Nissan's take on the Toyota Land Cruiser Amazon. It comes with a massive 5.6-litre petrol V8 with 385 brake horsepower, 2 or 4-wheel drive, and can tow, wait for it, 4 tons worth of trailer behind it. The interior is American luxury at its best, with shiny wood inlays, ruched beige leather, wide, soft seats and an enormous boot. Sadly though, unless you live in the States or Russia, you won't be able to buy one. Boo hiss. Speaking of things you can't buy in the UK, Chicago was chock full of new pickup trucks, some of which were pretty darn cool. Nissan had the new Titan XD, Toyota had the mean-looking Tacoma TRD Pro, but the US makers still do it best, with the brilliantly named Dodge Ram Power Wagon and the $100,000 700 horsepower Shelby F-150 proving that bigger is always better. Well, with new pickups anyway. Now this car is something we missed out on seeing in Detroit, but was well worthy of a second look. The Bolt EV is clearly inspired by the BMW i3, but with a Tesla rivaling range of 200 miles, it'll go further than almost any other battery-powered car. Not only that, but unlike the BMW, it comes with 5 proper doors, room for 5 adults, gesture controls, a 10.2-inch screen, and, get this, the rearview mirror is a live video feed from a camera mounted at the back. Very cool. In Europe, we'll get the Bolt, but badged as the rather less catchy Vauxhall Ampera E. But we can't wait to find out what it's like to drive. It has wider tyres than an i3 and more power, with 0-62 taking less than 7 seconds. Music to our ears. Another car that made its debut in Detroit, but looked so gorgeous we couldn't help showing it to you again, was the Lexus LC500. This stunning car is not a concept either. This is how it'll actually look when it goes on sale. The swoopy coupe body, dramatic lights and huge grille are more than a match for the likes of the Audi R8 and Mercedes AMG GT in the styling stakes, and it's powered by a naturally aspirated 5-litre V8, so 0-62 mph in this rear-drive hooligan takes 4.5 seconds. And it has a world-first 10-speed automatic gearbox. A hybrid version will debut in Geneva, but both share a snug 2+2 layout and a classy cabin full of the latest onboard technology. Chrysler was axed in the UK last year, which is a bit of a shame because we were always quite big fans of the 300C saloon, and Chicago saw the reveal of an even sportier version. The 300S comes with either a big V6 or an even bigger Hemi V8, tuned sports suspension, a fruitier exhaust, seats with an embossed S-stitched logo in the back, a rear spoiler and twin exhausts. The 20-inch wheels come in hyper black finish. It has a sport button to add weight to the steering and fettle the throttle response and speed up the reactions of the 8-speed gearbox. A real pity then that the closest we'll get to driving it was on a special track on the show floor. A few new models then, and some that'll only appear in the US, but there were some other attractions to keep the public happy at the Chicago show, including an epic-looking driving simulator from Ford, and a slightly less impressive one from Subaru and Samsung.
So that was our roundup of this year's Chicago Auto Show, with two key new hybrid models from Kia stealing most of the headlines, mixed in with some US-only oddities and a couple of the more interesting models that we missed out on at Detroit. In truth, this show was probably a little bit quieter than we were expecting, but it does whet the appetite nicely for Geneva next month. Please let us know what you thought of the cars that we featured in the comments section below, and also remember to subscribe to our channel for more motor show reports, first drives and reviews.